Last but not least, we have the last part of revision, countable and uncountable. As simple as it is, as we just said before, look at the noun. What does it mean when I say countable? When I say countable, it means I can count it. When I say uncountable, it means I cannot count it. Look at the noun, like orange. If you can make the word orange plural, if you can add a number before it, or if you can add a or an, it is countable. So let's try. Can I say an orange? Yes. Can I make it plural by saying oranges? Yes. Can I add a number like I say I have 4 oranges? Yes. So I can make it plural, I can add an, I can add a number, so orange is a countable noun. But look here. When you say rice, try to add a. Can you say a rice? No. Okay. Can you make it plural by saying rices? No. Can you add a number like saying I have 2 rices? Definitely no. So rice is uncountable noun. Okay. Car. Can you say a car? Yes. Can you say cars? Yes. Can you say I have or I got 4 cars? Yes. So I can add a, I can make it plural, I can add a number, so car is a countable noun. Water. Can I say water? No. Can I say waters? No. Can I say I filled 2 waters? Definitely no. So water is uncountable. So this is the way I know if my noun is countable or uncountable. Okay, now what are the quantifiers? Quantifiers are words. I use them to show the amount I have from countable or uncountable. Okay, how? If you are talking about countable nouns, for example, okay, if you have apples, okay, and you are using a sentence which is a question you want to ask, apples, how many apples are there? You have to use many. With countable nouns, we use many. We use many when I have a question or when my sentence is negative. For example, how many apples are there? Or, I haven't many apples. So if your sentence is a question or it is negative and the noun is countable, you have to add many. Now, if your sentence is affirmative, it means it is not a question and it is not negative. It is normal sentence and your noun is countable, you need to say a lot of. So, how many apples are there? Why did I say how many? Because apples is a countable noun, okay? And this is a question. So countable and question, we use many. So how many? If I have a normal sentence, not negative, I use a lot of. So there are a lot of apples. But if I add a negative, like not, there aren't, I say there aren't many apples. So with a question and negative, we use many. With affirmative sentence, we use a lot of. This is for the countable nouns. Uncountable nouns. For the question and negative, we use much. So, how much meat is there? And notice we didn't say are because the uncountable nouns couldn't be plural. So, how much meat is there? We could say there isn't much meat if it is negative. If it is not negative, we also use a lot of. So there is a lot of meat. Okay, so many is used for countable, much is used for uncountable. Many and much are used when you have a question or a negative. If your sentence is not a question and it is not negative, you use a lot of. For the countable nouns, a lot of. For the uncountable nouns, a lot of. Okay, If I have a smaller amount, I don't have a lot of carrots or a lot of apples. I have just a smaller amount. If I don't have a big number, I want to show that I have a small number of the thing. For the countable nouns, I use a few. There are a few carrots. For the uncountable nouns, I use a little. There is a little cheese. If I have a lot of carrots, I say there are a lot of carrots. But the carrots are only 3, so there are a few carrots. The uncountable. If you have a big amount of cheese, you say there is a lot of cheese. But if you have a small amount, you say there is a little cheese. So, what are the quantifiers that we use with the countable nouns? We use many, we use a lot of, we use a few. With the uncountable, we use much, we use a lot of, we use a little. Okay? Okay, so again, countable nouns. They are singular. We can add a or an, a cat or an apple. We can make them plural. If they are in affirmative sentence, not negative, we use a lot of. For the countable noun, if I have a big amount, and if I have a smaller amount, I use a few. In the sentence that is negative, and in the question, I use many for the countable nouns. Okay? Uncountable. They are singular, okay, but we cannot make them plural. If my sentence is affirmative in the uncountable noun, I add a lot of. If I have a big amount, I add a little, okay. If I have here, I add a little if I have a small amount. Okay, for the negative, I add much. For the question, I add much. So negative and question, much. Affirmative, if I have a big amount, I use a lot of. If I have smaller amount, I use a little. Okay? That's it for the countable and uncountable. Go to booklet number 3, you will find the explanation here. And here are the questions. The questions that I might ask you in the exam to just tell me if the noun is countable or uncountable. Like sandwich, I can say sandwiches, so countable. Apple, I can say apples, so countable. Bread, I can't say breads, so uncountable. Milk, I can't say milks, so uncountable. Oil, I can't say oils, so uncountable. Egg, I can't say eggs, so countable. Honey, I can't say honeys. Watermelon, I can't say watermelons. Tomato, I can't say tomatoes. Onion, I can say onions. So they are countable. The quantifiers, much for the uncountable, many for the countable, a lot of it used for countable and uncountable, a little for the uncountable, a few for the countable. John hasn't much money. Why I used much? Because my sentence is negative and the noun money is uncountable. Many birds. It is negative and birds is countable. Negative, countable, so many. Question, countable, many. Affirmative sentence, countable, so, uncountable, so, a lot of. Question, uncountable, so much. Negative, uncountable, much. Negative, uncountable, much. Question, countable, many. Men is countable because it is when it is singular, I say man, and when it is plural, I say men. I can't say 3 men. I can't say a man. So it is countable, so a few. Milk is uncountable, a little. Women is countable, a few. Money, uncountable, a little. Friends, countable, a few. Snow, uncountable, a little. Okay, so that's it. this is all about our class today. I will upload all the pages included in your exam, and you will see throughout the day, you will see a revision worksheet for the exam. Try to do it, and I'll also upload the answer key for it so you know the correct answers. If you have any question, please send me a message. I'll be available for you all the time. Have a nice day.